Imagine history isn't just a collection of boring dates in a school textbook. Imagine it's a giant chain of dominoes. Once the first piece falls, every other piece is bound to follow, whether you like it or not. Let's begin with everyone's favorite powder keg, the Balkans. This region was a patchwork of cultures and religions, with nearly every group seeking independence. Then on June 28, 1914, take Italy, for example. The country entered the war after being promised valuable territories by its allies. But when the war ended, Britain and France failed to deliver on many of those promises. Italians felt so betrayed that they called their victory the mutilated victory. Their economy collapsed under crushing debt and runaway inflation. Political instability spread, strikes erupted, and workers occupied factories. Into this chaos stepped Benito Mussolini. Once a socialist, he became convinced that Italy needed strength above all else, and he created an ideology called fascism. At its core, fascism placed the nation above everything else, above personal freedom, individual opinion, and even the individual himself. Mussolini believed democracy was weak because politicians spent too much time arguing instead of acting. By 1922, he organized the famous March on Rome with thousands of black shirts intimidating the government. Ironically, while they marched toward the capital, Mussolini himself remained comfortably in Milan, waiting to see the outcome. Soon afterward, he became prime minister. Meanwhile, Germany faced an even deeper crisis. Unlike Italy, Germans didn't feel like winners who had been cheated. They felt like absolute losers. They were burdened with enormous reparations, stripped of territory, and forbidden from maintaining a powerful military or air force. Out of this national humiliation emerged Adolf Hitler, a failed artist who had found purpose during World War I. He began delivering passionate speeches, joined a small political movement, and transformed it into the Nazi Party. Unlike Mussolini, Hitler didn't stop at extreme nationalism. He fused it with a dangerous obsession over race and racial superiority. As Hitler openly violated the Treaty of Versailles, rebuilding Germany's military and occupying forbidden territories, Britain and France did almost nothing to stop him. They embraced a policy known as appeasement, believing that making concessions would prevent another devastating war. Hitler annexed Austria. Then he demanded the Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia, promising it would be his final territorial claim. It wasn't. Before long, he swallowed the rest of Czechoslovakia as well. History teaches us that true power isn't always about expansion. It's about stability. Ancient Rome understood this lesson for centuries. Emperor Augustus realized why the Roman Republic had collapsed. Soldiers had become loyal to ambitious generals instead of the state itself. So he transformed the Roman army into a permanent professional force, complete with salaries and retirement benefits. This reduced the incentives for military leaders to launch civil wars. Yet even this system couldn't last forever. When corruption spread, borders weakened, and governments lost control, Rome entered a slow decline. By the 5th century, the Western Roman Empire had fragmented and eventually disappeared under the pressure of invasions, internal decay, and endless wars. Whether it's the Balkans in 1914, the Teutoburg Forest where 3 Roman legions were annihilated because of one general's overconfidence, or the Reconquista that lasted nearly 8 centuries, the lesson remains the same. Simplicity leads to understanding. If you don't understand why the very first domino falls, you'll never understand why the entire forest is burning today. Remember this. History doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it often rhymes, wearing different names and different faces. So simplify your understanding, and you'll amplify your perspective.